Hi, it is March 28th, 2025, Venus Day, and I'm so excited to be here with each and every one of you all on both Instagram and YouTube. And I will be eventually uploading this as well to Substack. So I'm super excited to be sharing throughout all these platforms. The last time that I attempted to do this, I was not able to actually record on YouTube. So I'm really happy that I have the opportunity to do this now. This will be our Faeday Channeled transmission for this March 28th, 2025. So thank you so much for joining, whether on Instagram, of course, or on YouTube, or watching on the replay or the recording later as it will be uploaded again to Substack. I'm super excited about this because there is, and there have been, so many beautiful magic-filled portals that we've been able to jump through, hop through, dive into over these past few days, over this entire March 23rd, 2025 planetary period from Saturn's Day to, well, from Sunday, March 23rd to Saturn's Day, March 29th. So I'm really looking forward to guiding this transmission, this channeled transmission through these alignments, through these celestial alignments and the supernatural embodiments that they have unveiled to me. I believe that this will be a way for us to dive even deeper into our own magic, our own source of power and mysticism, wonder and enchantment. My goal here with this transmission is to connect us both to the stars and to the Fae, to remember our connection both to the magic within our blood and the magic that we've inherited from the alignments that are placed upon us each and every single day, both from the time that we were born until the moments that, we breathe in life every day. The energy that we exchange with the cosmos is ever and eternal, and we are within that whole embrace. And I would love to be able to guide, of course, this transmission today, tonight on Venus Day, March 28th, 2025, so that we can realign ourselves both with the cosmos and the Fae. I have been so graciously welcomed and accepted and thankful just to be able to have had these spaces over the past few weeks and months to share my ideas surrounding topics such as fairy genealogy and the alignment between the Fae and the stars. I believe that the Fae are the stars. I had this recent channel come through the other day that was so beautiful. It was basically about Venus rising again as the morning star. And in that rising as the morning star, she goes through a retrograde phase, she goes through an underworld cycle, and then also often on the other end of the morning star is the evening star, of course. So between these two realms of heaven and hell, between Lucifer and Satan, these fae, were said to have fallen with Lucifer when he fell from heaven, but they were trapped in between heaven and hell. And I believe it's this neutrality that would perplex people so much. But Fae are, totally okay with being in the in between, right? We love the liminal spaces. We love to be here, there, and in between dusk, dawn, twilight, the gloaming. All of these periods of the in between are indicative of Fae and fairy magic. So it's important to understand this concept of the morning star and the evening star and the rise and the fall and the ascent and the descent from heaven. I'm sorry, on YouTube. Okay, here's reconnecting. Yeah, so there's just this deep, beautiful connection between all of these realms, all of these spaces, all of these stories shared. We've been looking at the cosmic cycles of descent and ascent for so long, and with Venus now again in her retrograde phase, backtracking through the stars in our alignment with the stars, the ancestor stars, first in Aries, of course, and then backtrack now as of Thursday, Jupiter Day, to Pisces once more. We have fully dove back into the waters. We are in Aries season now. Spring has begun, but it's so funny. It's like, well, spring has begun. And Venus was okay. So basically, at one point, the sun was in Pisces and Venus was in Aries. And now that the sun is in Aries, Venus has gone into Pisces. So there's this really interesting mingling happening here between this source of magic, beauty, benevolence, love, and light, and then this ultimate source of love, heart-centered connection, light as well, the sun and the day, and love in a different way, because it's more so about the love that one has for this life, this reality, this existence, more so than with Venus. The magic comes through with our love for the material, or the even ethereal, for the things that exist beyond and betwixt, in between, here and there, near and far. So I say all that to say there are a lot of portals open right now with the celestial alignments at the moment, with all this retrograde motion, with us also moving into this eclipse energy between two eclipses tomorrow at around 6:58 a.m. I want to say that's tentative. I have to get the actual time. Around 6 a.m. though, is the actual moment when the new moon is at its peak, and that is when that solar eclipse can happen. And it's a partial solar eclipse over where I am on the East Coast, but it's still something. It's still an alignment, and we want to be able to make sure that we are connecting to that alignment, and we want to make sure that we are creating and holding a vacuum or container, I'd say, of space for this alignment to really manifest in our lives and to take form and shape and root, so that we can see ourselves as these most mystical, magical beings, because that is exactly what we are. We are Fae, we are the stars, we are the light in which we seek. I'm looking forward to going into this transmission. I hope that you all have something around you, a beverage, a snack. I don't think you'll need to necessarily eat during it, but just to have that kind of energy around you in the physical presence of things. I have my Palo Santo. I'm seated next to my altar. To my right, I think the YouTube community can see it a bit clearer. I'm in a chamber space myself, and I'm looking forward to diving in, going deeper and deeper with these alignments. So let me just begin by drawing in that breath. In through my nose and out through my mouth. In through my nose and out through my mouth. I would like you to get into that flow, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Also drawing that breath in through your nose, down, drawing it into the belly, expanding the stomach around the solar plexus, before exhaling out through your mouth. Thank you. So as you've allowed yourself now to come into alignment, whether you're seated, lying down, standing up, whatever is most comfortable for you, At this time, make sure you have water or beverage, tea, anything to stay hydrated during this transmission nearby so that it's next to you if you need it. And hi, Corinne, I see you over on the Instagram. Thanks for tuning in. Just allowing yourself to get centered now as we move into this channel transmission. Draw that breath in through your nose, down into your belly, expanding your stomach, and out through your mouth. You breathe deeply now, allowing your two physical eyes to close as your first and or third eye opens up, unveiling your inner realms. And in this space in between, you feel the call to the sea as the wind breathes and blows. You can sense this crisp, salty sea air dancing upon your skin. And you feel a familiar presence in the space. As a chanting is stirred up around you, a beating, a thumping, a rhythm to remind you that you are home in self at this time. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Whether you see yourself at the shore or seated, swimming directly within the sea itself, all around you now, a celebration is taking place as the night has fallen and this solar eclipse that is bound for the day is being readily received by our cells, and the light streams are starting to flow in now. Receive, receive, receive. Let the sea call to you, waves lapping upon you. The beat and the hum of the drums that surround you, thumping, thumping, beating, bumping. For in this space that holds you now, there lies a trio of druids who are attendant to the winged Mer Princesses of the fairy realm. And these druids They know the ways and the wiles of the water. And in these watery depths, they feel, they sense the song of the sea calling out. These druids of the winged Mer Princesses lead us in celebration of these moments, of these alignments, of these connections back to source. They splash and sprinkle us with salty seawater and remind us of our presence within this space. They allow us time to unzip our tails and pull out our flippers, giving us the space that we need to walk between the realms and transition out of this physical body and into our Mer Fayerie body. So now with your tails outstretched and your wings up high, it is up to you whether you decide to swim or to fly. And as you've made your decision now, you are greeted by the Mer Fayerie herself, who's called forth from her watery depths by these druids of the fairy realm. And the Mer Fayerie in all of her winged splendor gracefully presents herself to you, welcoming you. Enveloping you in her outstretched wings. having just emerged from the salty sea depths. She's rising now, tail a-flicking, sea salt shining, as her wings glisten with the starlight's dance. As you bask in her presence now, feel yourself getting familiar and more familiar with this space, this salty, in-between, liminal sea space. For it is here, in the land between the wave and the wind, that you can see, that you can sense, that you can smell the presence, the force, the field of the water and its magic and its radiance as rays washing upon your skin. In the ethereal presence of the Mer Fayerie makes it thus that you yourself feel a tug, a pull, drawing you higher and higher and higher, closer and deeper to source. And now, together, hand in hand with the Mer Fayerie, you dive head first into the land beneath the waves. Because the Mer Fayerie wishes to show you that whence which she came from. Swimming, flying, fluttering here now, in this land beneath the waves. You see myriad creatures, colors, delights, lights, purples, greens, blues, and pinks, oranges, yellows, and reds. There's sea folk, sea creatures of all shapes and sizes, filling up this celestial sea. If you're cold now, to take a sip of water. As we continue into and through this watery celestial sea portal. The Mer Fayrie's wings fluttering behind her tail, swimming and slapping the sea. You and her dive deeper and further and farther still until you enter what seems to be like a vacuum, a spiral, a circuit, a cycle, a current, a stream, a flow of water waving and wafting between and betwixt you. You can tell that this is a portal now because of the frequency here in this space. The light as it shimmers and reflects off your face, it's brighter here. The sounds are clearer here, crisper yet. And allow your senses to unfold and unfurl as your sixth sense leads the way, guiding you into and through these watery depths. The Mer Fayerie, who is one of the divine ancestors of the Moon Queendom, is here before us now to take us home. Home is where the heart is, and home in this moment is the realm of night, where the moon lays bare, void, in pure delight, looking to merge with the sun as Venus and Mercury before her have done. And before you know it, sensing yourselves, sensing yourselves having arrived now in this space, in this place, in this palace of the mind. The Mer Fayerie welcomes you home to the Moon Queendom, where the night runs free and the waters run deep. Swimming up, 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 you arrive in a pool of light, bathed by the radiolite waves of the moon and the sun and Venus and Mercury. all aligning with Saturn and the cosmic winged dragons in this pool of light. Fanfare and celebrations, trumpets and conch shells are sung at your arrival. For the Mer Fayerie is celebrated here along with the princesses and queens. The sovereign nature of this being is recognized in this space. And all who gather to celebrate remind you of the ancestors and ancestors who have aligned at this point and at this time to ensure that you have arrived in a body, in a being that is suitable to the needs of your soul. And as we slip and sink under the warm waters of this Mer Fairy home, castle, palace, in the sky, in the sea, on the moon, and the stars, we can feel this synchronization of the sun and the moon beginning to take place between the alignments of our mind and our hearts, and the resonance within our body and our being and our gut all start to come into one streamlined consciousness, a pathway forth through a level playing field of awareness in which sun, moon, spirit are all one. Winged and tailed, you allow yourself to outstretch into many a form, for you are limitless. You are a being that exists beyond belief. You are a being which has no time nor space. Yet still you embody eternal release. Release of old and outdated fears, shame, guilt, doubt, any lifetimes that no longer resonate with you. Let it go. Let it go. Release. Shake free. Let it go. Let it go. for these mermaids and mermen have swam on over so that we can have a show. In front of the stars and under the moon, within the light of the sun. They sing and they chant and they dance with their hair, and their wands and their wings, mixing and morphing and turning and twisting and twirling about, providing you with the opportunity, the experience to become, to be, to believe. So as you open your arms out wide, allowing your wings to lift you higher and higher and higher, even still. You know that you can and you do exist between the land and the sea and the sky. These are your homes, dear one. These are your spaces of sovereignty. And as you outstretch your wings, your arms wide open to receive the loving vibrations of the sun and the moon and the stars, Venus pours her light forth through, down, and into you. Diana yokotraya maya shukatri itrai kokotra maya ta satai kuta mataya shuki hitare rakrai urishtirai maya kutra maha shukutra maha isiti Okura Nayata Shilaya Tanamaka Nayatri Royatana Mashuyaso Rakarashkutai Ritanamaya Kutna Marachukrai Takrai Trokarashakrai Maisikiti Iti Roya Hara Namahaya Shukiti Itaraya Tarai Tarai Utrai Trai Tarai Utrai Trai Tarai Utrai Trai Tarai Rai Roy Mahasarai Ishukutamaha Nayashti iri Rokramasri Arishkukukoraini Itana Mahasatoi Ishukotokosokoi Mah Iri Rush Hayakutana Mahasana Tanashit Shukatai Sitina Yakutrai Maya Shukur Shikira Ishukurai Mahasarai Rira Nohua Isarahai Shukurai Isini Inama Ua Shukunai Sitirai Roya Shirai Urnamahashiki Raya Shikiti. Allow yourself to continue to float down now from these heights of the heavenly sea walls and skies. So now that you're laying, lying, swimming, flying flat down on your back now in the sea, held, floating. Here in this space, in this place, receiving, being fully here, present. The gods, ancestors, and chiefs of the Moon Queendom invite you to reclaim your sovereign nature. The call forth on this new moon is to stand strong, bold, sturdy, and steadfast. This is a new moon portal, new beginnings. In Aries, this is a new astrological lunar year. Beginning when the moon and the sun are held in alignment with the ancestors Aries. Spring has sprung. And this most powerful portal potential has allowed for this uptick of belief, of magic, creativity, wonder, wisdom, whimsy to flood this planet Earth and uplift and enlighten us so that we may feel ourselves burn brighter, shine lighter, unburdened from the fears, the shame, the guilt held within our past, previous, parallel, or concurrent lives, lifetimes, and timelines. Take a sip of water now, if you can. Tea, beverage works. For as you lay outstretched upon this bed of sea, Dayakotramaishti, Dayakotramayashiti, Rayakotramayashiti, Rayakotramayashiti, Rayakotai, Rosh, Mayarai, Rosh, Rayanai, Moshukotraishiti, Itrai, Sitana Mahashukurai, I Rai Mahasira, Rokoramashukotai, Shukotai, Shukotai, Shukri. You open yourself up to the heavens above, staring face to face with the cosmic expanse before and above you. The Archangel Jophiel flutters down, called forth from the heavenly realm, along with a host of cosmic winged dragon priestesses who are just as excited as you to dive into these waters of celestial sea. And these cosmic winged dragon priestesses are mer bird-like than reptilian. In fact, Their wings mirror that of the Archangel Jophiel themselves. And we've seen these wings reflected both in the winged Mer Princesses, whom we encountered earlier in this journey, and the Mer Fayerie, who fluttered in and out of this transmission to provide us with the welcome back to Source. Our sovereign Source. And so, as the Archangel Jophiel and the Cosmic Winged Dragon Priestesses flutter and float on down from the heavenly heights of the cosmos into this celestial sea before you, they bring forth gems, jewels, mysteries, and wisdom. Secrets are foretold, portended, and prophesied, truths unveiled, visions received, wisdom intaken, as these priestesses work alongside the wisdom keeper, Jophiel, to unveil to you the answer to the question in which you may be seeking at this time. As I sift through these dragon cards to see the energy that wishes to flow through at this time, directly from the Cosmic Winged Dragon Priestesses themselves. I will wait for three to identify themselves most boldly, and so it has spoken. I'll begin with the Emerald Green Dragon. Receive the good fortune, the magic, and the cosmic abundance. The air, as the wings in which I was referring to, are here now to uplift us and to bring us higher into cosmic inspiration, lifting us above earthly matters into the realms of air, sky, star, and sea. And the next card I see, Emerald Forest Dragon, Green Dragon, helps us attune to the secrets of nature. Receive a message now from the dragons, the Cosmic Winged Dragon Priestesses, regarding the fairy that are now online, dancing and fluttering and flitting between and betwixt the realms, who have come from the fairy realm in the age of the Tuatha ancestors and high kings, part 1, to only return back to the sea within this age of Merfolk 2025, part 2. Under her, the rainbow. Joy, leap, trust, believe. Cocoon. And know, trust, believe that you are birthing through this portal of light, this Piscean portal of creation, of manifestation, of soul knowledge, wisdom, and insight. You are breathing, birthing through light. Reflect and undergo a metamorphosis. Next, water. Dive back down, deep under the waves. the land below, the waves. We shall flow easily now, for air and water have merged to meet us in wholeness as one. Saturn, to the core, to our ancestral wisdom, lineage, insights, knowledge, the winged merfolk, the descendant, the princesses, the heirs that call forth from the core down into our bones, our roots, and our spinal cord, spiraling that light of source of ether, of energy back up through our body and our beings, out through our crown and our breath and our being. Release. Excuse me. Release. You have passed a test. I have a few more dragon friends that like to say hi before we complete this part of the journey. The white gold dragon from the Lyra constellation, totally poignant right now as the swan fairy have been dancing, fluttering, and flying between and betwixt the realms as of late. I receive you now, white gold dragon from Lyra, to connect us to our Christ light. Remember that in Venus, regardless of her fall, her descent, her light, her darkness, she is Fae. Bathe in the ninth dimensional Christ light. These two to combine the earth and the water. And the earth to ground us back into our bodies. To remember to breathe in through the pores and of our cells, all the insight, all of the knowledge, all of the wisdom from the waves that we are soaking in at this time. Maya shukunai, naya roya shudi, hirai rokurai, mahasari shitai ro, mahi roya shukri, ayarai. The path is clear, foundation for growth is here. And of the two final dragons, our beautiful alpha dragon fluttered onto the scene, carrying with him a beautiful golden feather to remind us of our winged feather draconic form. The Sophia dragons are here as well, the alpha dragon as well, to complement the energy of the Omega dragon that is online throughout this planetary period. Harness this divine masculine power of creation to destroy the old and manifest a new world. Dream big, my loves. For community is here. We have found our way home to source and to soul family connections. Back as one, we are whole, we are home. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Receive these wisdom keys and codes from Archangel Jophiel and the Cosmic Winged Dragon Priestesses who have arrived, flown, and fluttered into the sea to deliver upon us a message of hope. A prophecy of abundance, of magic, of beauty, of benevolence, of love. We are home now, we are one. We are whole now, we are one. And as you receive the blessings, the insight, the knowledge, the wisdom from Archangel Jophiel and the Cosmic Winged Dragon Priestesses, allow them now to dive deeper, headfirst under the waters, to return back to their realms. For we are coming to a close now. Outstretching our wings and our tails once more, allowing ourselves to see our star body in whole, complete, complex, 6 points to our star-pointed light body. We'll bring this energy back into our body, up through our toes, anchoring in at our ankles, leveling out at our knees, flowing up past through our thighs, balancing out at our hips, before spiraling at our sacral, and sourced at our solar plexus, before beating out through the heart of our chest, outstretching along our collarbones, down our arms, out the palm of our hands and our fingertips, up in through our nose, out through our mouth. As we uplift our two physical eyes, blinking those open, waving hello to the day, the night, the realms before us now. Grounding back into our bodies now as our crown comes on, head first. Welcome back. Welcome back. And thank you so much for going on this journey with me. I love you all so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of this wonderful, magical Faeday Venus Day portal and dance throughout the remainder of this March 23rd, 2025 planetary period as we have Saturn's Day ahead of us to dance in what seems to be 70, 80 degree weather over here. Spring has sprung. I thank you all so much for journeying with me today, tonight. Please drink water, rehydrate. We went into the waters, but they were very celestial waters. So remember to ground and resonate your physical body with the earthly waters, or the more earthly cosmic waters that we have. And I will be back maybe sooner than the next new moon portal. We'll see. I like to do these Faeday Chaneled transmissions around the new moons, if possible, just to pour in all that energy and intention in so that we can just jump into creating our dream lives here and now. So please stay tuned for the next Moon Day Magic article, which will be out within the next few planetary periods. And then following up with a Wings and Witches Wednesday to wrap it all up with a Faeday Chaneled transmission. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you all so very much, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your evening, day, night, life, love. Mwah.